Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. श्रोतव्या श्राव्य रूपौ द्वौ पदार्थौ सुख दुःखदौ श्रोतव्यं ब्रह्म नैवान्यत् इति वेदांत डिंडिमः. Thoughts can erupt only. Is it echoing? Okay for you? Only about the finite. There cannot be thoughts about the infinite. For example, thoughts create knowledge. We can think half an hour, 1 hour, 1 year, 10 years, 100 years, 1,000 years, 10,000 years, 1,000,000 years. Can we think? It makes no sense. See? In the same manner, we can think about a shape, but when it becomes formless, there cannot be any thought. Sounds have shape, shabda. Silence doesn't have any shape. Sounds are many, silence is one. Sounds are created, silence is not created. Sounds are subject to modification, silence is not. Think. Same is the case with the forms, shapes. Shapes are many, created, destroyed. The formless is one. Therefore, when it is said, Shrotavya Shravya Rupodvau Padartha Sukha Dukkhadau, when we think about something finite, something useless, we are bound to be miserable. Like when I think myself to be a husband, a finite, myself to be a father, finite. But when I think about myself to be man, relatively not finite. So the moment I think myself to be man, woman is created. Then this finite we discard, we come to the jivas, souls. That is also finite. When we discard that, we come to the jivan, the life. But that life is also finite, because with reference to life there is inertness. That also we discard. That which cannot be thought of, that which cannot be contemplated upon, is the truth. Therefore, what is to be heard about? Shrotavyam Brahma. So always think about something infinite. And infinites are not two, infinite is only one. So take any object, think infinite. Like sounds, finite. Silence, infinite. So one of the techniques of meditation is this: try. Wherever you are sitting, listen to silence. But this silence is also finite, because silence is with reference to the sounds. Then be indifferent to both sounds as well as silence. Let there be sounds, who cares? Let there be silence, who cares? This is what is meant. Shrotavyam brahmanaivanyat. This is the worthy of listening to. All other things are anyat na iti, and nothing else other than this. This is what is called in Vedanta the practice of knowledge. Practice of yoga is start twisting the body in the morning or start pumping the air. Practice of devotion, upasana is take the mala in the hand and start chanting. Practice of karma is do your job regularly, sincerely. But when it comes to practice of knowledge, it is not only by hearting the things. Shrotavya shavya rupavado padartho sukadukado shrotavyam brahmanaivan niti. No, it is not. Practice of knowledge is tat chintanam, tat kathanam, anyonyam tat prabodhanam, etat ekaparatvam cha brahmabhyasam vidurbuddhaha. There is only one theme that we entertain. There is only one topic that we talk. There is only one topic that we discuss. Nothing else. Like the people who are dedicated to money, they have no other theme. Money, money, money. No other theme. Exactly the same way. When we are just engaging ourselves in this, then alone the world will disappear. One lady asked me, a Jain lady asked me this question. Swamiji, you people say Atma Chintan, contemplate on the self, means what? What should we do? I said, look here, Atma Chintan means Anatma Chintan Abhav. Stop thinking about something which is finite. And once you develop this knack of thinking, you will see possessions are finite, non-possessions are infinite, desires are finite, contentment is infinite. When somebody is content with whatever, you are not agitated. See? Therefore, thinking about God is equal to not thinking about anything else. You don't have to think about God. Stop thinking about anything completely. So we think about time, space, objects, situations, people, stop that. Then the mind merges in pure consciousness. And the symptoms of merging our mind in pure consciousness is we are happy. Only one symptom, one sign, whether we have merged in our own being or not, only one. In the Upanishad, this comes. He who merges in the Absolute, what is his experience? Etassamagayan naste ha vuha vuha vu ahamannam 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 ahamannado ahamannadaha ahamannadaha. Etassamagayan naste. He is singing joyfully. And what is the song? The objective world is me, the experiencer is me, everything is in me. That which is included in the definition of I does not create hatred, bitterness, or disliking for that. See? Anything which is included in the definition of I. When something is included in definition of I and something is not included, it is called as attachment or mamata. See? Therefore, shrotavyam brahmanaivanyat iti vedanta dindipa. That is why the highest spiritual practice is satsanga. All other things that you do, continue doing, nothing wrong. But the real spirituality is satsanga. In satsanga alone, 4 wrong notions are corrected. One wrong notion about ourselves, second wrong notion about the world, third wrong notion about God, and fourth wrong notion about spiritual practice. Many times we think we are leading a spiritual life. No, we are leading a religious life, not spiritual life. Religious life is when this world is taken as real. Yoga is when we take the body as real. Upasana is when we take the God as real, as other than me. But when we practice knowledge, rather spirituality, then everything is dropped. Nirvana moha jita sanga dosha adhyatma nitya vinivritta kama dvandvair vimukta sukha dukkha sanyaihi gachanti amodhaha padam avyayam tat. This is the spiritual practice given in Bhagavad Gita. Chintya chintya padartha udvau vishranti shrantidayakau chintyam brahma param nanyat iti vedanta dindimaha. There are 3 stages called as inner spiritual practice. One is Shravan, listening. Second is Manan, reflecting. Third is Nididhyasan, dedicated to this and this alone. Like, we are first in Shravanam, Shrotavya. Now, Chintyam, reflection. When we hear something, very rare, very few, 1 in 100 million, will be able to comprehend exactly what is said and what is meant. Because such people are the one who have 0 disturbances of objectivity in their knowledge. The other day, who was talking to me, and the topic was, Swamiji, do you know that Hawkins Steve, who is, paralytic, who can't talk, he has got a machine in his throat, and he has written beautiful books on time and God principle and all that. I said, yes, I know. He said, though these intelligent people, they also say there is no God, etc. I said, let them say, who cares? Do you think God requires their certification? And they talk about God particle. Can the infinite be made into particles? Can you divide the space in particles? Think. They talk about space, but they never talk about space. They simply say the word. Like once I was in Delhi, defense personnel, military, he took me to his, Swamiji, I will show you something. It was Defense Space Research Center. He showed me everything. See, this is the phone. You talk to me, these waves go to the satellite and it comes back and I hear. These are the various things we are doing here. Then as a military personnel, ask a question. Do you have any doubt? I said, yes, I got one doubt. I said, what is the name of your organization? He thought, what kind of dumb Swami has come? No, I was asking question about this, what I told you. I said, yes, I am asking about that only. What is the name of your organization? He said, Space Research Center. Very good. If there is a potato research center, don't you define potato? What is a potato? Will you take a pumpkin and start doing research? The one on which you are doing research, you must define it. What is that? So when you talk about space research, what you are talking only, the satellites hanging in the space, you have not touched the space so far. So please define space. On what you are doing research. He said, nobody asked such a question. I said, it's your mistake. What can I do? Why did you ask me to ask a question? And without this space, nothing can exist. So the very substratum where everything is existing, that space you don't define. See, friends. And such people talk about millions of years and trillions of years and what do you call that? Black hole theory, Big Bang theory. Without a wall, can there be a hole? Without a paper, can there be a hole? And what is a hole? Absence of the wall is called as a hole. Hole is not an object. So black hole, hole in what? In your head or my head? Biggest problem for all the intellectuals and scientific approach is they cannot drop objectivity. Unless you drop objectivity, you are far away from the truth. And this is what happens in dharma, in yoga. See, yoga will always talk about concentration, increasing the memory. See, I can ask you a question and you can reply. Do you remember last year when I came? Yes, I remember you came last year. Now another question. Do you remember yourself? Is it the right question? We don't have to remember ourselves. Because we are not an object of knowledge gathered through the mind. See, friends, therefore, when we are listening, hearing, then the second step is chintya achintya padarthodvau. And therefore, chintyam brahma. So when you reflect on what could be the experience of being infinite. Rather than remaining mechanically, nothing is going to happen. See? And also not that, I am not the body, I am not the mind. No, that will not help. See? Just start playing. Don't get lost. Chitta vritti nirodha yogaha. Why should we be afraid of thoughts? So, start playing what it is like being infinite. Now play on this. Have you done anything to remain thought-free? Mind cannot think infinite. Mind can always think finite. In the deep sleep, our mind is totally withdrawn, dissolved. Therefore, in the deep sleep, there are no thoughts. There is no sense of otherness. There is no sense of being limited. And therefore there is nobody. And because there is nobody miserable. All happiness. That is why people want to go to sleep. What do we get in the sleep? Nothing. We reject, on the contrary, everything. See? Therefore, Chintyam Brahma, think big to such an extent that you go beyond the limitations of time, space and object. Chintyam Brahma Param Nanyat, and nothing else. Don't get lost in small little things. See? One day we were in some other country. So my friend told Swami, let us go for a bush walk. I said, I don't like bush walk. Then where? We'll go on the seaside and we'll walk in the sand. Probably it happened in Spain or somewhere. Very long beach, maybe about 5 kilometers. So we were walking in the sand. He says, Swamiji, you are very particular not to walk in the bushwalk. Why? I said, bushwalk means the trees are on my head. I cannot tolerate anything on my head. When you are near the sea, everything is open, expansion. The more you expand, the less miserable you are. Thinking about God is not thinking about the world. World is finite, world is changing. Where you don't give any value importance to all that which is finite and changing, you are on the right track. Chintyam Brahma Param Nanyat iti Vedanta Dindimaha. See? Dheya Dheya Padarthaudvau Dhi Samadhya Samadhidau Dhyatavyam Brahma Naivanyat iti Vedanta Dindimaha. Now come to dhyana meditation. See? Meditation, if you try these psychological adjustments first. When you sit, comfortable sit. Doesn't matter whether you are on a chair or on the floor or Padmasana or Padmajasan. It makes no difference. It has no meaning. Wherever you sit comfortably. Thereafter, start psychological adjustments. Number 1, you are cheerful and happy. Meditation is not a punishment. Karo meditation, karo. No. You are cheerfully, happily here. Those who are tied down with a rope and brought over here, they will suffer. Those who have come on their own, they are cheerful and happy. Number 1. Number 2. An element of fear comes. See? So that element of fear has to be removed, and that can be done by a simple thing. Remember, your God and your Guru is in your heart. The Lord protects us from within. The Guru guides us from within. All guidance comes from within, not from outside. Second and third adjustment. We have to drop the total past. To practice this, take a position that now I am Mr. Nobody. Drop the total past. Because who is somebody? Somebody is carrying the burden of the past. A small little child has no past, therefore nobody, therefore happy. We have got a huge past. Therefore, longer the past, more miserable we are. Why old people are more miserable than the kids? Because long past, the huge, strong somebody. So take the position, nobody. Then we should not plan anything what we will do after meditation. So block the future. Now after we have come to this point, thereafter, now the teacher says, Dhyatavyam Brahma. Don't simply say, no thoughts, keep quiet. No. Don't be afraid of thoughts. Now start playing. Like the children play home, husband, wife. In the same manner, play. What it is like being other than the body. Body is finite. What it is like being other than the body. Now work on this. We'll see, other than the body means what? All the attributes of the body are not mine. Very good. So what is the first attribute? First attribute of the body is the shape, the form. So other than the body means be formless, shapeless. So what is formless, shapeless? Space. Space doesn't have shape, space doesn't have form. Okay, now let us play. Space. Not that I am space. Simply play space. Then, what it is like being space? Space supports all the contents, but none of them influence or contaminate the space. Space supports all the shapes, but the space doesn't have any shape. Space doesn't have the beginning, the center, modifications or the end. Is it not our experience? We don't have the beginning, birth, modification, growth, end, death. We have not experienced any one of them. This is the truth. Dhyatavyam brahmanaivalyat iti vedanta dindima. See, in this we are not doing anything, nor we are struggling to achieve anything. Because in the infinite, nothing can be added. Wherever there is a sense of being finite, there is a struggle to add something. Yogino bhogino vapi tyagino ragino picha jnanan moksho na sandeha iti vedanta dindima. You may practice yoga, you may practice bhoga, you may practice renunciation, you may practice attachment to the higher goal, etc. It's all rubbish. You get lost only in that. Because all of them are based on a basic principle that this world is real. See, if this world as this is real, then you can do nothing about it. See? Can we do anything about the fire burns? What can you do? You can do nothing. It will burn, whether you want or you don't want. Therefore, jnana and moksha, unless we come to discover this truth, then what we are seeking is none other than discovering our own being. Therefore, on the spiritual path, those who are, stop seeking happiness. Then discover happiness. And we all discover happiness whenever we share. When we give something to somebody, don't we feel happy? In that we don't get anything. See? And if you go one step further, if that becomes our second nature, that every expression is that of happiness, that is spiritual life. See? Like I go to so many houses for food, and then after the food is over, I have to say something. So I say, Annadata Sukhi Bhava, Amma, the food was very good, whether it was there or not, I have to say. Because how many times can you tell lies? So the husband said, I should also get such a lovely, tasty food every day. So the wife looks at it. Why food is not good? Not as today's food. Because I cooked it for Swamiji, not for you. Then what is the difference? The difference is, when I cook for Swamiji, I am so happy I am cooking for him. But when I cook for you every day, the same day, there is no happiness, it is a burden. Anything that will be an expression of happiness will be perfect. See, how simple it is. If you are told, see, this story comes about Janak Maharaj. One man said, oh, how come Janaka is called as Videha, he is realized and all that, he is enjoying the kingdom, he is the king, how can he be Videha? So, he was taken to Janaka and the question was asked. He said, Brahman Devata, before we do anything, let me honor you. His Pada Puja, everything was done, and he was asked, please take food first, then we will talk. And that arrogant, intelligent man, he sat for taking food. And then the king told, be careful, there is a sword hanging right on your head, tied with the hair of the tail of a horse. Be careful when you go and sit there. He saw that and he sat there. And taking food. See? Please take some more Srikhanda. Please take some Purnaji Puri. No, please take. Don't waste the food. And after everything was over, he came out slowly and he was asked, how was the food? What food? Just now you ate. Did I eat? I don't remember even. He said, when you are sure that this is not the truth, will you enjoy although it is made available? You can enjoy something when it is recognized as real. Wise people have risen above this. Therefore, although they live in this world, yet they are no more influenced by the presence or absence of things and beings. See, friends, jnanan moksho na sandeha iti vedanta nirnima. It's all spiritual practice is only this. Therefore, one of the techniques I told you, very simple technique. Don't entertain any question in your mind. Any question. Why God has created? Why people are like this? What is the use? No need. Then what is to be done? Keep on humming. I am not telling Ramnam. Keep on humming anything. Either japa if you are doing or singing. Thus, practice not thinking. And for that one technique I told you just now, spend time in listening to silence. Now, you have just now observed, when you listen to silence, your whole body becomes still. You don't practice asana. Your mind is cool. There is no struggle. Because silence is absence of sound. How can absence trouble you? These are the various techniques we have to discover ourselves. They don't come from the heavens or from the books. Jnanan moksho na sandeha. Then na varnashrama sanketaihi na karmo vasanadibihi brahma jnanam vina moksha iti vedanta dindima. Therefore, no varnashrama sanketaihi, not by the makeup of your body. Varna ashram, brahmana, kshatriya, vaishya, shudra. No. Ashrama, brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyasi, no. Various kinds of marks on the body. You must have seen many Mahatmas, they have either there is a .com, or there is a U-turn, or there is a Y coming up to the nose, or there are railway lines, or there are electric posts. Nothing to do with that. It's all external makeup. Nowhere in Bhagavad Gita will you ever see the lakshanas of devotee. He should put on a .com. No need. Na varna ashrama sanketaihi. In Kedarnath I went, and one person, he said, what kind of Swami you are? I said, funny. Funny kind of Swami. He said, you cannot be Hindu. You have cut your choti. You are cutting your moustache. You don't have the janev. How can you be Hindu? I said, I am not Hindu. Then why do you come here? I said, who are you to ask me? I'll go anywhere. See, we get lost only in that. Here the teacher very clearly, therefore you will see those who are rooted in Vedanta sincerely, not spreading Vedanta, not teaching Vedanta to the world. No, those who are practicing Vedanta in their life, they will never get involved in anything in this world. Take for example Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. He did not start schools, colleges and various feeding stations. When this world is not taken as real, how can you ever work? See, friends. And therefore you will see, you will not get many crowds for the Vedanta thoughts. You cannot get. Behind every one of you, there are 3,000 people standing. Bhagavad Gita tells, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhe yatatam api siddhanam kaschin mam vetti tattvataha. If you take the grammatical rules, it means behind every seeker there are 3,000 people standing. That means one among the minimum 3,000, one is putting efforts. And among such thousands, one is putting the efforts in the right direction. And among such thousands who are putting the efforts in the right direction, there is but one rare who may be able to achieve this. It's not a crowd. See? In the KG1, KG2, how many children are there in the whole country? Millions. Then you go to the middle school, many of them dropped. Then go to the high school, more dropped. Go to the graduation, more dropped. Post-graduation, less. Doctorate, very few. Post-doctorate, those who are neither getting married nor getting a job, they do post-doctorate. It is tapering like a pyramid. Because what Vedanta tells, don't carry the burden of desire fulfillment as the goal of your life. But what is our spirituality? We come to the temple and ask our Lakshmi Amma, Amma, ye kaam kara do. Unless we go and ask, begging. Therefore, here the teacher says, na varnashrama sanketehi, na karma upasanadvihi. Karma is possible when you take this world real. Upasana is possible when you push the God away from you. There is a sect in Maharashtra called as Varkari Sampradaya. In Varkari Sampradaya, they have a way of the upasana when they get up in the morning, right in their bed itself. If they have to go to toilet, they come back and sit wherever they can. And in their heart, in their inside, they do the upasana. So, Vitthal Bhagwan is now put over there on the asan, and then he is given bath, then he is dried, then he is given chandan and flowers and naivedya. Everything is happening inside, not outside. So slowly, unknowingly, they start becoming self-oriented. They don't see God outside. How simple it is. Atma tvam girijamati sahachara prana shariram gruham pujate vishayopabhogarachana nidra samadhi stitihi sanchara padayo pradakshina vidhi stotrani sarva giro yadyat karma karomi tattadakilam shambho tavaradhanam. Atmatvam, you are the divine self. Girija Mati, your intellect is your wife. Sahachara Prana, the life is the supporting elements. Shariram Gruham, the body is the house where you are living. Sanchara Padayo, wherever you are walking, it is Pradakshina. Vishayopabhoga rachana naivedya. See, in short, whatever you are talking, that is the glory to the Lord. So, yad karma karomi, whatever I am doing, O Lord, it is thy worship. The whole thing will change in us. See? And here there is no place then for emotional wrecks. Crying, Krishna, Krishna, when are you going to come? Krishna will say, I don't like crying fellow, stop crying, then I'll come. So, Brahma Jnanam Vina Moksha iti Vedanta Dindimaha. Asatya Sarva Samsaro Rasa Bhasani Dushitaha Upeksho Brahma Vijneyam iti Vedanta Dindimaha. Sarva Samsara, the whole world is asatya, not real. Why not real? Rasa Abhasa Dushitaha. We imagine that indulgence in the worldly things is the source of happiness. It is not. And this can be experienced only by understanding. Take for example, suppose you are a Bengali. And you, who is a Bengali? Bengali is the one who likes Rasgulla. So to that Bengali, you give him Rasgulla, one very nice. Not very nice. Bengalis, they don't say va, they say bha. Very nice. When I was making that, Be Happy Ink in USA, one of my friend, elderly one, he is a Nepali, Bengali, and Bihari. They do not pronounce the words as they should be. So I said, let us make it. Okay, you want something? Okay, make it Be Happy Ink. So he asked me a question. Swamiji, B is like boy or B is like victory? See? B is like boy or victory? See? So, when to me the Bengali, you give me first Rasgulla, I will say, very good, very good. Second, good. Third, good. 10th, 20th, now enough, yaar, I can't. No, you like very good, take very many. Now be attentive. When we start indulging in anything, initially it is joyful, subsequently it is painful. Now initial happiness, you cannot deny, you do enjoy. So where from that happiness has come? If that happiness has come from the object, with additional object consumption, you should have been more happy. But does it happen? Then why? Where it has gone? See? So when I have, I like a cup of tea early in the morning. Therefore, in my room, there is always a heater and deep tea bags. That's enough. If I don't get a cup of tea, then the mind starts the alarm. Tea, 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 tea. So much disturbance. And then I prepare my cup of tea, I take cup of tea. Ha ha. Now this experience I conclude. Happiness is coming from tea, because when I did not have tea, I was miserable. When I got tea, I am happy. See, if tea has happiness as the content, everyone should have been happy by taking a cup of tea. But this does not happen. Then where from I am getting this happiness? Then we come to know, disturbed mind is misery. Mind without thoughts is undisturbed mind. Without thoughts means without desires. So what is the source of happiness? Source of happiness is freedom from desires. This is what is meant here. Asatya sarva samsaro rasa bhasadi dushitaha. It is an illusion that we are happy by indulging with the worldly things. No, the happiness is our nature. These disturbances in the mind were covering the bliss that we are. One example I'll give you. In Delhi, one of my old friend, he is retired brigadier. He came to see me on the airport. He said, Swamiji, I cannot come and see you in your place because it is evening time. I cannot drive the car. My eyes are not good. So I'll come to receive you on the airport and then say goodbye. I said, all right. He came there about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. He came like a young person because a military fellow. He came running. He said, Swamiji, good news. I said, don't tell me you are again getting married. He said, no, not marriage. Then I have stopped smoking. He has been smoking for last 60 years. I stopped smoking. Now be attentive. Why he should be so happy when he stops smoking? See, friends, indulgence gives us an illusion of happiness. Rasa bhasadi dushita. When you don't indulge, there is great joy. Next time when you sit for taking food, try this. Suppose you like a particular thing, Shrikhanda. And you tell, no, I am having diabetes, doctor told me very strictly, avoid 100%. Otherwise we'll have to send you to the burial ground. So doctor told me not to eat. Tell lies, doesn't matter. And everybody is praising the Shrikhanda, but you don't eat. Your mind will say, ek aad bar kha lo yaar. Don't eat. Deny. Then you get up, wash your hands and all that. And then you will discover the joy of renunciation is more than the joy of indulgence. Give it a try. Because then the joy comes from within. Like, are we not happy in the deep sleep? Now in deep sleep, where from the happiness comes? It doesn't come from the objects. It doesn't come from indulgence. It doesn't come from possessions. It doesn't come from anything. And yet we discover happiness. Where from it comes? It doesn't come. It is allowed to reveal. This is what is said, Bhaye Pragata Krupala Deena Dayala. Bhagwan Rama was not born, he manifested. The manifestation of bliss is possible when we stop running after the blisters. See? Therefore, asatya sarva samsaro rasa bhasadi dushitaha. Then, upeksho, therefore it is worth rejecting. Upeksha means remaining indifferent. This is one of the highest spiritual practice. Don't struggle for the sakshi bhav. No, remain indifferent. How to remain indifferent? Like you are doing now. Swamiji bolte raho, kya farak padta hai? This is the simplest technique. As you listen to Vedanta, Satsanga, in the same manner, listen to the worldly things. One day, because I don't remember anybody's name, so I called my friend. I said, hey Mahatma ji, how are you? Swamiji, don't call me Mahatma. Where I am a Mahatma? I said, okay, sorry. Oh fool, how are you? He suddenly became serious. Not because I called him fool. His worry was, how come Swamiji also knows? So when I called him Mahatma, he didn't accept. But when I called him fool, he accepted. So when you call yourself a fool, who can help you? I am calling you divine. No, Maharaj, I am not Brahman, I am Brahma. Suffer. See? Swami Vivekananda was called by his guru before he became Vivekananda. And Vivekananda, that time, Ghosh, Narendra Ghosh. So he said, Thakur, you are attached to me. You are sending invitation and calling me. Don't be attached to me. You are a Mahatma. See how arrogant he was. Then Bhagavan Ramakrishna Paramahamsa said, you accept me out of doubt and suspicion. What do you know about me? But I know what you are. When the Mahatmas look at the world, they don't function on the basis of imagination. They know. But when we go to the Mahatmas, we function on the foundation of suspicion and doubt. Let us try this Mahatma kaisa hai. Okay? And then question answer. Once in USA recently, I was in somebody's house, a small gathering, 10-20 people. People come in USA for satsang for food. Satsang is secondary, food is primary. So, there was one elderly man from India who has come there, who was staying. And they introduced Swamiji. He is the one who teaches us Gita here every evening or week like that. Very good. Namaste, namaste. Thereafter, Swamiji, you speak something. I said, what will I speak now? He is speaking, let him speak, I also can hear. No, you speak. I said, all right. Now you speak on second chapter of Gita, that man told. So, in 1 hour I finished second chapter. Any question answer? I said, okay, I'll ask you questions. No, we want to ask you question. I said, okay, ask. What is the question? Now that man who is expert in Gita, he asked me the following question. How many shlokas are attributed to Dhritarashtra, Sanjay, Arjun and Bhagavan Sri Krishna in Srimad Bhagavad Gita respectively? Now I was in USA. And when you are in Rome, you must be like a Roman. So I was like American, NRI kids. So when he asked me this question, I don't know. This is how the American children talk. Anything you ask them, they don't reply straight away. What is your name? My name is Vrishali. No. I don't know. You don't know? I said, I don't know. But you are talking on Gita. I said, I am talking on Gita. But then you are supposed to know. But I said, I don't know. This is such a reply, I tell you, it will stop all further things in your life. Anybody asks you anything, Swamiji, what is your opinion about Notbandi? I don't know. Try. This is written in Bhagavad Gita. Try. Be unnecessarily, I think, why do you think? Relax. Remember one principle. You are not obliged to answer every question in this world. Not required. So, upeksho, be indifferent. And when you are indifferent, you drop that thing instantaneously. See? Vrutha kriya, vrutha lapan, vrutha vadan manorathan, tyaktvaikam brahma vijneyam iti vedanta dindimaha. Vrutha means useless, meaningless, useless. Vrutha kriya, all activities are useless. Vrutha alapan, all complaints are useless. Vrutha vadan, all discussions are useless. Vrutha manorathan, all imaginations are useless. Drop them. See? What happens is, our mind doesn't want to die. And to survive, like we have to take food. In the same manner, the food of the mind is either past memories or future worries. If you don't allow the mind to go in the past memory lanes and do not allow the mind to solve the non-existing problems, the attempt to solve the non-existing problems is called as worry. There is no problem. Suppose we go and this happens, let it happen, then you can do it, It has never happened. See, because the mind doesn't want to die, it will play with the tricks. So here the tricks are, we start discussion, we start argument, we start, you must have seen many places in the Vedanta classes, they have a study group discussion. And what is the group discussion? He who has got a long tongue, he will shut up everybody and he'll keep on talking. And after some time, that becomes his profession. See, therefore the real spiritual practice is keep your mouth shut. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi did not discuss anything with anybody for more than 36 years. All answers to all your questions are hidden behind the silence of the mind. Let the mind be absolutely silent. All the answers will come out. In other words, disturbed mind is problems, cool mind is solutions. See, all the spiritual practice, whether karma, yoga, bhakti, jnana, all of them are meant for keeping the mind cool. See, nobody will be able to help us in keeping our mind cool. They will trouble us. Therefore, focus attention only on this one principle. And under all conditions, keep yourself cool. And then, tyaktva ekam brahma vidneyam. When we ask a question, like the other person asked me a question, Swamiji, yes, what happens after death? I said, who are you? You are a Hindu or a Muslim? I am a Hindu. I said, we'll burn you. No, not that way. He was feeling I am going to burn him alive or what? No, not that way. Then, I say, okay, the second thing. When you die, you are a teacher, so there will be a holiday on that particular day when you die. Not that way. I said, but don't die on Sunday. One holiday will go. No, not that way. Then what way? What happens to the soul after death? Now this thing has gone so deep in our head that there is a soul in each body. You people are from Goa, make a soul curry and enjoy. See, what happened to the soul after death? First you die to sahi. See, nothing has ever happened, nothing will ever happen. After studying Vedanta, Bhagavad Gita, if a single thought passes through the mind, after death what? We have done completely zero spiritual practice. We don't trust our own experience. We have never experienced death. We have experienced when you touch the fire, it burns your hand. Therefore, there is a fear for fire. We have experienced when you put your fingers in the socket, electric socket, it gives shock. Therefore, we have fear about it. So fear is always about prior bad experience. See? You know the jackfruit? Once only I ate jackfruit somewhere, many years before, must be about 30, 40 years before. And I had such a terrible, excruciating pain. I was tossing on the road, on the bed, on everywhere for almost 8-10 hours. So, from that time onward, even if anybody pays me 10,000 rupees, I will not eat. There is a fear, earlier experience. Now tell me, do we have the experience of death? Why we should be afraid? The reason is, we have seen other bodies dying and we have taken ourselves to be the body, therefore we will die. See, friends, therefore here upeksha, give up everything. There is no need. No, in Garud Puran it is said that there are 28 types of hells. How many types of heavens? Heaven is only one because there is no much crowd. In hell there is lot of crowd. Therefore 27 varieties. You can choose a big menu. Friends, the purpose of all this thing is only one. Be attentive. We are all expert in blaming others for our miseries of life. See? Spirituality is stop blaming others and be responsible for your life. But I have not done anything wrong to anybody. Why all miseries are coming to me? Maybe in the last life. But I don't remember, it doesn't matter. See? I don't remember that fire burns. Doesn't matter. Fire remembers. I had to burn you. That is not an excuse. What is meant is thereby that before this body was born, we existed in other form. In this body we are, and when this body is burnt away after the death, we continue to suffer in the next life. Therefore, where did we die? Then the real question will come, unless we accept ourselves to be someone other than the body, this question, who am I, is redundant. It has no meaning. Therefore, all these unwanted things, just reject them. Tyaktva ekam brahma vijneyam. Only focus attention on our own being. The world has always been like this, and there is nothing worth wasting our time on this. Sthito brahmatmana jivo brahma jivatmana sthitam iti sampashyatam mukti iti vedanta dindima. When one comes to know that the man has become the husband and the husband is none other than the man. Paramatma alone is expressing as Jiva, and the Jiva is none other than Paramatma. Man alone has become husband, and husband cannot be other than the man. Therefore, man and husband, these are common nouns, these are not proper nouns. Every fool getting married becomes a husband. What is great about it? So it is a common phenomena. But this general phenomena is mistaken as individuality. Therefore, friends, again and again we have to recognize this. What is this jiva, jiva, jiva we talk about? I think this is a suggestion for me. When we talk about jiva, what exactly is meant by jiva? And you understand this, you will be freed from the notion of jiva. Very simple. What is a husband? Husband is man plus the mirror of wife, and in that mirror of wife, the reflection of man, three of them. Can there be somebody husband without the wife? Cannot. Can there be a husband without a man? No. Then who is real? Husband is real or man is real? If the wife goes away, will anything happen to man? Yes, he will be happy. See, friends, because man is independent of husband, but husband is dependent on man. In the same manner, Paramatma is, Brahma is, Jiva it has become, man is, he has become husband. So husband is only a conditioned expression of man. See? Like out of one Brahman, so many Jivas have come out. Like what? Out of one man, the son has come out when the conditioning is father. The husband has come out when the conditioning is wife. The father has come out when the conditioning is the son. So has that one man become three? Then who is miserable? These three guys who do not exist. They are miserable. Now how can you help somebody who is not existing? Only this much knowledge is enough. Then how to lead life? Karnataka. Go to Bengaluru. So when you are in, suppose you are a brigadier, you are in your military office, there roar like a lion. But when you come home, meow, meow, play the roles. But if you do the other way around, if you roar before your wife, your tongue will be cut. See? Therefore, friends, come to discover this, that essentially I am man, husband I have become. But because I have become husband, I have not lost my being man. In the same manner, Brahman, although expressing through the Panchakoshas, may be expressing as a Jiva, but is not real. It is the Brahman, the reality is real. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.